The second generation Range Rover Evoque has landed in Australia, but don't be fooled by the similar skin. This, we're told, is the grown-up version of Rangie's smallest offering. If you think of Evoque Take 1 as a groundbreaker with a point to prove, the second generation takes itself as a more serious competitor to vehicles like the Audi Q5 and BMW X3. It does so riding on a new platform, and despite looking similar to the predecessor and employing more or less the same exterior proportions, virtually everything except the door hinges are new. The Evoque is available across 13 different derivatives, with the entry price set at $62,670 plus on-road costs. There are 3 diesel and 3 petrol offerings, with standard features including dual-zone climate control, push-button start, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, along with sat-nav. The changes are probably most pronounced inside. There's a 2cm extension in rear legroom, the boot is 10% larger, and there's some really nice new displays laid around the cabin that you might recognise from some of Range Rover's other offerings. In addition, you can now option your Evoque with vegan approved leather. I promise you that is a thing. And within some of these displays, there's some truly clever tech. The bar is raised for safety as well. Each Evoque now comes equipped with low-speed autonomous emergency braking, lane keep assist, reversing camera and traffic sign recognition. But as ever, many other safety features are found on the optional extras list. Behind the wheel, the Evoque feels a little bit more mature and resolved. Cabin, for one, is a lot quieter than before. The NVH levels have really been improved, and there's a little bit more feeling, weighting and feedback from all the key controls. It's not particularly segment leading on the road, but it's a lot more enjoyable to drive than that first generation model. Equally, the drivetrains have come a long way from those Ford-sourced engines that were first found in the Evoque back in 2011. In Australia, all diesel engines are mated to a new 48-volt mild hybrid system, which captures braking energy to power a rear-mounted electric motor. Only the top-spec P300 petrol shares the same feature. The system is very much a passive one, making benign interventions to aid in acceleration and bringing claimed fuel savings of about 5%. Irrespective of petrol or diesel, the engines here work really well. They're paired with 9-speed automatics, they're largely devoid of turbo lag, and they've got a really nice linear spread of power. It might be a moot point to many buyers, but we also ventured off-road with the Evoque, where it fared surprisingly well. Okay, so the Evoque's never going to have the off-road ability of a Land Rover Defender, and nor should it. But there is some really impressive hardware and software at play underneath here. For one, you've got the latest generation of the terrain response system, but on top of that, there's a 600mm water wading depth and this really cool new tech called Clear Sight Ground View, which uses a camera that's mounted underneath the car to show you exactly where the front wheels are tracking. Now that's handy for off-road, but equally it could be really handy in car park situations as well. Stepping back, it's clear the second generation Evoque is much more rounded and mature than the original. Interior space still isn't a strong point, neither is value, and 2 of our test cars already had a disconcerting rattle emanating from the B-pillar. But that long-standing style versus substance question that has long engulfed the baby Rangie is no more. The Evoque really has come of age.